What's up, YouTube? It's Kenny again. I wanted to make a video this morning about what's been going on in the stock market and just kind of provide my perspective on, I don't know. I know that a lot of people are down a lot in their investments, okay? And somebody had made a comment on the channel yesterday kind of talking about how far they are down and highly on. And I know that there's some people that are down even more than that guy, okay? And I just watched a video this morning. If you're not subscribed to Jeremy's channel, Financial Education, he has 3 channels, and on his Financial Education 3 channel, he put out a video this morning that kind of made me want to talk about my perspective on this. And so before we get started, I just want to say I'm not a financial advisor, all right? I'm just a truck driver driving across the country, researching and trading stocks, and I will not be held responsible for any moves you make in the stock market, not ever. I'm not your mama, all right? Hit that subscribe button, mash on it, like the video, and let me know, how you feel about what I'm going to talk about today in the comments below. And if you want to support the channel, continue to watch the videos, maybe catch a live stream and throw me a super chat, or join the Patreon in the link down below, okay? So, for the last year, okay, throughout 2020, a lot of people made a lot of money in the stock market, okay? And those who were caught still holding those stocks here recently have given most of those gains back, all right? And there's no guarantee that we'll ever get back to the place where stocks are just doubling and tripling constantly all the time, especially all these stocks that are popular with the YouTubers and stuff like that, okay? Now, if you go back and you watch my journey, you'll see that I've talked a lot in the past about how this is what I was doing right then, and that if the stock market starts acting differently, that I would adapt myself to change to new strategies to capitalize on that, okay? And I feel like that I've done that, and if you've been paying attention to the channel for the past couple months, you'll see that, I reorganized and stuff when everything started dropping. I changed my investments and reorganized and concentrated into the stocks that I believe in the most, okay? Now, another thing that I talked about over that last year was taking profits, securing profits. And I said over and over that, I like to take profits. I like to lock them in, to sell the stock and make those profits permanent, okay? And because I did that, now that everything's moving down, I'm still up, okay? Now, I'm not up like I was up. I mean, at one point, my total return was around 60%. And keep in mind, I've been trading for less than a year, okay? Now, my total return right now, if you don't count this $1,000 that I just threw in, that hasn't had time to do anything, it's about 25%. Somewhere between 20 and 25%. So even though I'm not at the 60% that I was at, I'm still up significantly. I'm still up 25%. Now, that's a product of the fact that while all that stuff was going on and stocks were running up, I caught a couple of big ones and a lot of smaller gains, and I would always just buy in at a lower point and then sell when it came up and lock those profits in. And because I did that, when I sold some stuff off and reorganized as things started to come down, because I had locked those profits in, when all this has happened and all this has gone down, I have not gone down far enough to take away all my profits, okay? Now, that's not to say that we won't get there. That's not to say that we won't keep dropping slowly over time, and I might eventually get into the red to some degree, okay? But because I realized early on that this was not a permanent thing, that it was likely not going to continue to behave that way, I protected myself by consistently continuing to take profits instead of sticking around in these stocks for long periods of time. And some people who bought at high prices and held on to those stocks and thought that they're just going to hold them and not sell and take those profits have gotten really beat up right now and are down like on the whole. And you know, I feel for you, okay? If you're one of these people and your account, like on the whole, like what you have put in versus what your stocks are worth now, you're way down, you know, hey, I feel for you. You know, that sucks. But at the same time, you know, it's like Jeremy talked about in this video that I'm telling you to go watch. It's on Financial Education 3. He talked about how when he was investing in Tesla in the beginning, you know, everybody hated it. Everybody thought it was going to zero, and he just kept on plowing money into it. And then after years, when the profitability started to come, it turned around, and now he's made all this money off of it, okay? And that's why I repositioned into the stocks that I have, is because their stocks that I have conviction are going to do something similar, okay? Now, do I think that necessarily they're going to make as much and go as high as Tesla is? I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball, okay? And I'm not your mama, and I'm not telling you that they will. They could go to zero. Lordstown could go to zero. Hyliion could go to zero, okay? But I have switched to a longer term view. I talked about that not too long ago, that I reorganized. I got rid of some of the stocks that I was just in trying to ride the hype and stuff, and repositioned into stocks that I believe in long term, okay? And those stocks are Tesla, Hyliion, Lordstown Motors, OEG I'm starting to waver on, but I still like that stock, okay? And even though I'm down in those stocks, I still have not lost enough to take away all my profits, okay? I'm still in the green. And I have a firm belief, based on my understanding of these companies, that they, whether it takes a couple of years, 5 years, I believe that those companies are going to succeed, okay? And that's why I'm in them now in this current environment of the stock market. So, you know, it's my belief that, at least for now, the days of stocks running up, doubling and tripling overnight and shit like that is over for the moment, okay? Maybe we get back to a point where they start doing that again sometime in the next year or so. But traditionally, that is not the way the stock market works. And I understand that, and I've always understood that it was probably temporary what was going on, okay? But a lot of people have started trading over this last year or so, and a lot of people have really gotten used to these stocks behaving a certain way when news stories come out, and SPACs doubling and tripling and all of this stuff, okay? And I just wanted to make this video to say that, at least for the moment, that is over, okay? Like, you need to be positioning yourself in stocks that are beat down right now, that you believe due to your research are going to be solid companies in the future, okay? Or positioning yourself like hedge funds are doing and stuff, and going and buying Costco and Walgreens and all this kind of stuff that are not exciting, okay? The huge excitement and the huge exciting stocks that have been doing all the things that they've been doing are not acting that way now. And like I say, maybe that excitement will come back. Maybe, you know, they'll start running up and going crazy again. Or maybe they might sit here for a year doing nothing. They might trend down for the next year. But if you're in the right ones, sooner or later, the fundamentals of the business are going to improve, and the business will either prove successful or not. And if you're in the right ones, the ones that prove to be successful will eventually come up, okay? And eventually they'll have their day. Like, Hyliion gets to a point to where they get past this testing phase and stuff over the next year, and a bunch of companies make orders and they become profitable, it's going to go up. Same thing with Lordstown. They get these trucks released later this year and sell a bunch of trucks next year. The stock is going to go up. Is it going to triple over a 1-2 week period, over a month period? It could. It's not outside of the realm of possibility. But typically, that's not really the way the stock market usually works. Usually, it's kind of gradual. And you're going to have ups and you're going to have downs. And, you want to buy on the downs. And, or if you've got your position completely built, maybe just hold it. Put it on the sidelines and forget about it for a year or two, This, culture that I'm a part of watching our stocks every day and hoping for that bump so you can sell for a profit and stuff, it's just not the strategy that we need to be following right now, in my opinion. Okay, right now we need to be positioned in companies that we really think are going to do well in the future, not just the ones that the YouTubers are talking about and pumping out all these stocks, and not just the ones with the hype behind them, because as you can see, a lot of these hype stocks are not doing well, okay? And if you pick the right ones during this time when people are freaking out and selling them all off, because it's pretty much all of them, guys. All of these stocks that everybody's been so excited about over the last year are just rock bottom. You know what I mean? They're hitting bottom, okay? If you pick the right ones, they will come back up. Otherwise, maybe think about putting your money in some stuff like Facebook, PayPal, Amazon, Netflix, some of these stocks that, are a little safer, or even like Berkshire Hathaway, stuff like that, But if you really have, and I know, I'm going to be straight with you, some real talk here. A lot of people that are on these YouTube channels and stuff are just playing the hype. They are either not smart enough or not driven enough to go look into these companies for themselves and make their own decisions. They're just buying what some fucking YouTuber tells them to buy. And over the last year, you could make money doing that. But guys, at least for now, those days are gone. So be more careful with your money. Be more selective about what you buy and what you choose to buy. I like what I like, but I could totally be wrong. So don't buy shit just because I say to buy it. Okay? I'll make a video about your ass if you come in here saying that you lost a bunch of money because of me or some shit like that. I done did it already, and I'll do it again. Do your own research. Don't be so just willing to just throw your money into some shit because you think a news story is going to pop it, okay? Because that's not working right now. So be careful. Consider readjusting, re-examining your strategy. Go watch that video on Financial Education 3, okay? And just kind of internalize what's going on in the market right now and this kind of shift that's taking place. And yeah, be careful, guys. So thanks for your support. Love you guys. Hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. And for God's sake, join the fucking Patreon. Thanks for watching.